Hey everyone, have you ever wondered what's really in your toothpaste? You might want to sit down for this one because a new study has unveiled some pretty alarming information. Alright, let's dive in. According to a recent US study by Lead Safe Mama, they tested 51 toothpaste brands and found widespread heavy metal contamination. We're talking lead, arsenic, mercury, and cadmium. Yeah, not exactly what you want in your bathroom cabinet. Get this, around 90% of those toothpastes contained lead, 65% had arsenic, nearly 50% had mercury, and about 33% had cadmium. Some of the big-name brands like Colgate, Crest, and Tom's of Maine were hit hard, with high lead levels, sometimes over 300 parts per billion, and one brand, Primal Life, had a staggering 7,800 parts per billion. Yikes! Now you might be wondering how these metals got into your toothpaste in the first place. The study pointed to ingredients like hydroxyapatite, calcium carbonate, and bentonite clay. Hydroxyapatite and calcium carbonate in particular showed over 200 parts per billion of lead and detectable arsenic levels. Bentonite clay seemed to be the worst offender. So, why should you care? Well, lead exposure, especially in children, can cause permanent brain damage, developmental delays, hearing and speech problems, and even cardiovascular, reproductive, and kidney issues in adults. And that's just lead. Cadmium, mercury, and arsenic are carcinogenic and pose their own serious health risks. You might think regulatory bodies have your back, right? Unfortunately, none of the tested products exceeded the FDA limits, which are set at 10,000 parts per billion for fluoride-free and 20,000 parts per billion for fluoride toothpaste. But many experts argue these limits are far from adequate. Some brands even exceeded Washington State's stricter 1,000 parts per billion limit. The industry response? Some companies issued cease and desist letters to Lead Safe Mama, arguing that lead is unavoidable and present at safe levels. No commitments to remove lead have been made, and there's been no word from the FDA or major companies like Procter & Gamble. So, what can you do? First, consider switching to lead-free toothpaste brands like Dr. Brown's Baby Toothpaste, Kids Spry, Pegsiz, Orajel, Measons, and Essential Oxygen. Also, steer clear of products containing bentonite clay, hydroxyapatite, calcium carbonate, or hydrated silica. And if you find a contaminated product, report it to the FDA, especially if it's used by children. The American Dental Association still recommends brushing twice daily with fluoride toothpaste, but it's clearly worth being more selective about the brands you choose. Alright, that's all for today's video. If you found this information helpful, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe for more eye-opening content. Stay safe, everyone.